Welcome to the Just Do It show, and we're live. It's 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK, and we say hello to Mickey Schindler. Hello, Mickey.
Hello, Stephen. How are you?
I'm pretty good. We've just had a quick rush around while we actually sorted things out, and hopefully people can find us. I'm just going to find us on Facebook first, because we did a lot of preparation for this broadcast, and of course now all of that is gone because people will be in the wrong place. So I just want to point them to the right place. Absolutely. So we just take a moment to do that, and all should be good. Somebody's found us already, which is good. And I'm just going to get the correct link and post it into the original post and say, we are here. Right, okay, so people who find the old post will now find us, hopefully, on the new post. Okay. My apologies for that. These things sometimes happen. This is the perils of live video, are that things don't always go according to plan. So, and it's not the technology, it's the people. And in this case, Lynda is on the west coast of the States in California. So 8-hour time difference to me, and but we're here and we'll make a start. And I've got the agenda, which I'm just going to bring up now and say welcome to the show, everybody. And Mickey, your position within BeLive.tv is business development. So I suppose my first question is, what is business development?
Really, it's creating strategic partnerships or expanding our community, I would say. Building the best relationships with our community and the outside community to expand our community as much as I possibly can.
Right. Now, in terms of community, are you talking the BeLivers community or?
Absolutely. So, of course, BeLive is essentially a huge community-based company, and we want to help our community expand as much as we can. And that's one of my roles, actually, to reach out and see how we can help our community, all the BeLivers out there, and yeah, see what we could do.
So that's the goal, is to actually help people using BeLive.tv for business.
Yes, absolutely. And work with them as well as we possibly can.
Right. Okay. Now, I suppose a question is, how can business benefit from using BeLive.tv? What are the benefits of actually being a business on BeLive as opposed to a personal account?
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, there's brand recognition when you use BeLive. You have the opportunity to put your logo at the top, to create a custom frame, to really brand your business. And of course, you can make specific colors when it comes to actual business. So you can create a common theme throughout any of your broadcasts, which is just creating consistency throughout your community and creating a certain viewership that actually sticks with you throughout that.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It is the ability as a company to use your own brand colors. You can create your own frame to go around every broadcast that you do. Now, how if somebody was starting out, what advice would you actually give them to regards to when they do go live for the first time?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the first thing before doing anything, join our amazing community. I mean, we have over 7,000 people in the BeLivers community who all support each other and all do incredible things, and it's incredible to see. I mean, I've been seeing it for over a year since I've been an intern in Haifa last year, and it's been incredible to see how the community has just been expanding and growing and supports each other through all the broadcasts. And of course, take advantage of the live video hub. I mean, get your name out as much as possible before you even start broadcasting. So when you do, you can automatically get as much reach through the community and get the most shares and get the most positive comments that you possibly can. So I'd say that's, before anything, the starting point, our community.
Indeed, I mean, that's something close to my heart, is the live video hub, because basically now we've got 160 different shows on there, and there are 12 to 15 broadcasts every day. And what we found is that people will surf and they'll go from one show to another. And it's just like having the TV remote in your hand. You're actually switching between one channel and another and finding something of interest. And as soon as you find it, you can do it. But there is a major difference between a BeLive and watching television, isn't there? And that's being interactive.
Yep, absolutely. The ability to actually interact with people on the broadcast is something that I personally think is amazing. It's one of the features that made me love BeLive myself. The fact that you can really interact with your community and you can really make them feel like they're being heard, which they are through BeLive and they are through the community. And yeah, there's a lot of ways that we try to support this and try to support our community.
Brilliant. And we say hello to Lynn, and Lynn will come to your question in a moment, and to Joel and to everybody else who's watching. This is a quickly rearranged show due to the indisposition of my co-host, and we're in a situation where Mickey has been very patient, and I've got to do everything manually. So if you want to join us on camera, then you can do so just by clicking this link. It'll bring you directly into the show, and you can ask questions directly of Mickey. Now, a question that has come up from Lynn is, how can you help business?
Right. So one of the great things about BeLive is that we're extremely flexible. So everything's a case-by-case basis. What I like to do is reach out to a business or someone reach out to me and strategize with them on a one-on-one basis to see what their needs really are, and then how we can work together and how we could grow in that way. So it depends on what kind of business, of course, but we provide that personal touch that a lot of bigger companies might not have the ability to do.
Now, case in point on that, we're running the 5 days live next week, which is 8 BeLive TV co-hosts, and we've had great help in actually doing that. Then the second one that comes to mind is a charity event in August with Fonz.
Yeah.
Chamberlain, who's the Oxford historian. Now, he got in touch, didn't he? And I believe now that BeLive are working with Fonz.
Yep. We're sponsoring the event. We're helping as much as we can. Fonz was referred by, of course, you, Stephen, and of course, we're helping him as much as we can because, I mean, we want to help our whole community, and his cause is amazing. So that's just one example, and anyone is free to approach me if they would like, and of course, we'll work with each other, and we'll see what we could do to help on a business development basis.
Totally. I mean, Fonz is the Cambridge historian, and he transferred from radio to live video, and he's just switched over effortlessly. And then when he came up with the idea of doing a charity show in November 23rd, based around Cambridge, he's just going to run with it. This will be so successful because of the energy that he's actually putting into it. He's got people to guest on the show, and that's people from BeLive or BeLivers, and people who live in the locality as well. He's got companies who are actually donating their services and goods. So it's going to be a fantastic show, and with the backing of BeLive.tv, it's going to be an awesome day for his charities.
Oh no! Absolutely.
We set. Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's going to be great. I'm really excited for it, and that's just another advantage, I would say, of being a part of the community. You'll often have guests from the BeLivers community come onto your shows and give their expertise and help expand your reach. So that's just another point I want to make.
Indeed, and we say hello to RJ and to Erin.
Hello.
And one of the things that I love about this is that not only are the people watching talking to us, they're talking to each other. And you find when you're running a show that you can get conversations going on, which you don't need to be party to. And they are sort of driven by the show, but they're not necessarily about the show. And that's part of the magic, is that over time you build up a network of people. And that network is truly supportive. I mean, the one thing I found about yourself, in live video, everybody supports everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you
succeed.
Yeah. There's no competitiveness, is there?
I wouldn't say. I haven't seen much myself. From what I've seen in the BeLivers community, at least, and all across Facebook, everyone's supporting each other. Everyone wants each other to succeed. because the more shares from both ends, the more reach that the shows are going to get.
Truly. And we say hello to Alfredo and RJ saying it is great to actually meet you, because this am I right in saying this is your first time on BeLive, actually on camera?
I would say I did a couple of sessions live on a smaller group, but this is my first time on a larger broadcast. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I just got to tell you, you are a natural at this, and that helped a lot. So we shall move forward. Now, we first sort of got to know each other when you were an intern in Haifa, in Israel, which is where BeLive.tv is based. What memories do you have of those times?
I mean, I was a part of a great intern group of, I would say, 7 or 8 people who you met, every single one of them, on one of our video chats, where you gave some tips to us about how we should proceed and help. So I would say the greatest memories were being a part of that kind of community, and of course being able to work with Daniel and Safrir at the time. I mean, one of the things that I think everyone notices about BeLive, which is one of the things I fell in love with the platform about, is community. I mean, the culture started there. It started with Daniel and Safrir, and they were very supportive of us, always there for us if we needed something. I mean, Israel is, I don't know the language personally, so I'd say the greatest memories were being able to be a part of a supportive community in a place where I personally didn't know too many people. So that was, of course, amazing.
Right. And hello from a fellow member of the team, Kevin Katwala, who's actually based in the Philippines. Because the BeLive.tv team is truly international, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I believe at this point 7 different time zones. And
wow.
Everyone would be surprised. I mean, the team works seamlessly. It's like 7 different time zones is one time zone, the way we work. Everyone is so willing to help the community if there's anything that comes in, and we try to be as fast as we can about it. But the team is amazing. So happy to be a part of it, and everyone brings their own charisma to the team also, and it's great. It's a great environment to be working in.
Friendly team.
Oh, 100% friendly. Everyone's approachable. No one will turn someone down if they're asking an email or anything like that. We're completely open to the community and each other and helping. And
your memories of Daniel and Safria, because they started all this, didn't they?
Yeah, no, they did. And I'm very fortunate to have been a part of the experience last year, because that's when we just launched our new features like screen sharing and things like that, and it was an extremely exciting time. And I mean, they're just so passionate about what they do and the community that they've helped build, and it's truly amazing to see how they built this from the ground up, and what people had to say at that time. And then since then, this last year, everything has just been growing so much, and it's just, I mean, they're just so dedicated, and they really want everyone in their community to succeed. And I mean, I'm trying to emulate their vision by being business development manager and helping our community as much as possible. So of course, they're incredible people with incredible visions that are succeeding.
Yeah, I had a chat with Daniel earlier today, and he sends his best wishes for this show. And that's the sort of thing that happens, that is supportive from the top.
Yeah.
That's magical.
Amazing. Oh, sorry,
that's magical when that happens. It's wonderful. It's when the support is coming from the top of the company, it is good.
Yes, absolutely. Daniel and Safrir are both incredible with forming great relationships with the team, and it's nothing that we think is made up or anything. We truly feel supported from the top, and he's always available for a call and always wants to be a part of the community. And every time I see him, he has a new interesting thing to say about the community, something great. Yeah, it's really incredible to be a part of something like that.
Right, let's just do a short recap, because I've got a question that comes out of this. So you are the business development manager community manager for BeLive.tv. And you were saying that people can approach you, businesses can approach you with ideas.
Right.
Now, what sort of ideas can people have?
Right. So before anything, I just want to be clear. So we have an actual community manager who is heading up the brand ambassadors program that just launched yesterday, actually, I believe, or within the last 2 days.
Oh, right. Okay.
And his name is Jason Raff. I actually work with him in the New York office. So that's great. When it comes to community and brand ambassadors, he's been amazing. He's supporting the community anyway. So if there are any community questions or anything like that, of course you could approach me, but he's also available. For businesses, I mean, there's so many wide-ranging topics. I mean, there are people who do their own shows. We can work together to help promote your shows, to offer different trials and things like that. If there's a product that is somewhat related to ours, or that represents in a good hello.
Oh, keep going.
or that represents BeLive or them in a great way, we can work on ways to do a campaign or something like that. So there are many different ways. It really depends on the service or the product that you're providing, and that's why I think it's great that it's a smaller company that really has the time to talk to people individually, because we can work one-on-one and we can strategize and be creative together.
Brilliant. And it's a teamwork, isn't it? I'll come back to the screen as we say hello, Lynda.
Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon. Right, okay, now we've been going for about 20 minutes and we've gone through some of the questions, but do you have your own questions for Mickey?
Not yet. I just literally apologize for being late. I had a horrible night's sleep and I totally just slept through the time. So apologize for that. So, but I'm here.
You're here. That's what counts.
Happy you're here.
Okay. I know you just said that the brand ambassadors program launched yesterday, Mickey, and it's been handled, but can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially we reached out to a number of people to launch the ambassadors program. And we went over applications and things like that to start it. And I believe we have 4 brand ambassadors who are going to help expand the community, answer questions to their personal audiences and things like that, and help expand the BeLive community. And this is a program that we're looking to have grow in the future as much as possible, but we're just starting off and we're really excited. The first 4 people are incredible from what I know and what I've seen in their live streams myself, and we're really excited that it's launching.
Right. Have those people been named publicly yet?
Yes, they have.
And they are?
I believe I don't want to misspeak because I do not have names.
I don't want to put you on the spot. We can come back to that later. There's no problem at all.
It's a secret, Stephen. It's a secret. So how can somebody get involved in the brand ambassadors program? Like, for example, me, I'd love to learn more about that. But do you guys have parameters as to, do they have to have a certain number of followers? Do you have to do a certain number of lives? Like, what are the parameters to be involved in the brand ambassador program?
No, yeah, absolutely. So I believe the starting points, there were certain parameters, but going forward, it's a little bit up in the air as we're very flexible when it comes to these things. So I'm sure shooting out an email to Jason or our customer support team, we can provide a little more detail on that, but I wouldn't want to provide information that I'm not 100% sure on. But the good news is we're looking for it to grow. We're looking for more ambassadors, and I mean, within our community, of course, because we just want to help our community as much as possible.
That's awesome. Thanks. I'm looking forward to receiving information about that. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are, just avid supporters of BeLive, because, if it weren't for BeLive, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now. And it really gave the little people, the people who didn't have a platform before, an opportunity to be able to, share their passion with people and to be able to, I interview people all the time and I love BeLive. It's absolutely amazing. So, I'm definitely like a brand pusher, so I'd love to be able to be a brand ambassador while I'm out there, just pushing the product, because it's done so much wonders for me, actually, my confidence level. It's really helped a lot with that. So even just like personally, it's helped to change who I am, as well as me having an opportunity to share other people with my market, so thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to hearing more about that when it comes up.
No, yeah, absolutely. And one thing about the program, which is amazing, we're very blessed to have Molly Mahoney as our director of the ambassadors to be guiding everyone through it, providing tutorials and helping on that, helps with tips and things like that. So as the program grows and as more people join, they're going to have guidance, and we don't want to just leave people on the street just like, what do I do? Of course, if there are questions or anything, we're more than willing to help on that end as well.
Fantastic.
All right. A question from Lynn, and I think you might have covered it, but if you just go over it again, how do you contact to ask questions? How do we contact you first? What's the best way?
Yeah, so anyone can contact me by email. It's just Mickey, Mickey, at BeLive.tv. Okay. So always open to having new conversations and collaborations and everything like that. I would love to hear from whoever is open to emailing and talking.
Get ready for the onslaught.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is going to happen now that your head is above the parapet and you've actually come live on video to the audience. Then magical things will happen. So Mickey is saying that if you want to make contact with him, if you've got a business idea that you want to move forward with assistance from BeLive, then contact. Now, I said at the outset, just on Mickey's behalf, not everything will be agreed, but you will help as best you can, yeah?
Yep, exactly. I mean, we want to help our community as much as possible. So I'm personally going to do as much as I can for that. That's the goal, to expand our community as much as possible.
Mickey, how can we support you? Because, a lot of times when a program is being launched, I know you have your people in the back end, but how can we as listeners, people who are participating in using BeLive, how can we support BeLive in this launch?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Which launch exactly? Are you talking about the Brand Ambassadors program or just in general business development?
In general, or the Brand Ambassadors program, just anything. Because like I said, I'm an advocate of BeLive. I tell everybody about it. And so how can I support you in more ways? Because I want to see this be, absolutely bigger and better and everything. And so how can I support you in that?
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, what I always say when people ask me that question is send over people that send over contact information that you think is great. Someone who could benefit from the platform, or articles or anything that could give me more information on trends that are happening or things I can do research on. Because in the end, when people suggest things to me, I'm learning more about the community and more about what the community needs. So I really want to just help the community as much as possible. So if there's someone or something that anyone out there believes that will help expand that community and help BeLive grow in general, because the more BeLive grows, the more the community grows, and everything is great from there. So yeah, I would say that's the best thing. Reach out with any contacts or articles or conferences. Honestly, I already went to VidCon. Jason and I, so Jason's the community manager, we will be at Video Marketing World. So any suggestions and any kind of contacts or articles is always appreciated from our community.
Awesome. Have you, are you in the States, or where are you located?
New York City.
New York City. Cool. Because there's in San Diego, there's Social Media Marketing World, and I'll connect you with that with them if you haven't yet been connected with them, because that's an amazing event. It's 1 week long in San Diego, and I think it would be awesome to have BeLive there.
Absolutely, more than welcome to looking into that. That sounds amazing.
Well, there's thousands of people together of the period of, well, during the week and the weekend, all talking about live video and marketing. and it's got a very good reputation.
Yeah.
In fact, it's probably the event that people look forward to. People have already booked now for next year.
Yeah,
so that's how good it is.
Thanks.
Right, back to John. I have a messenger bot attached to today's show. It's broken. I admit it. There you are. And Cheryl's saying thank you for the information. And Erin is tagging Jem Empowers into this. And Jane was on one of Erin's shows a couple of weeks ago, and she is brilliant at what she does, which is basically helping people to go out into the world and push their brand, which is not unlike my friend Lynda. And it's good the three of us are together. And to everybody who's watching, thank you. If you do want to join in on camera, then the link to do so, because you can come and ask me any questions that you want about BeLive. Now, going back a bit, I mean, the BeLivers group just keeps growing, doesn't it? I mean, I'm fortunate to be an admin there, and the numbers keep growing every single week.
Yeah.
Now, I've got to ask a question, because it's a question which amazes me. BeLive don't advertise, do they? So this growth is organic.
Yeah, I mean, I give the credit to people like you, Stephen, all of our admins and the people in the group. I mean, we could only do so much by saying join our community, but it's really our community that keeps growing it, and that's why it's so interactive, and that's why it's so incredible, because people that they know are suggesting it, and then people already know other people in the group, and it just keeps growing and growing, and it's amazing and crazy to see. I mean, I was there last summer and in Israel, and since then it's just night and day. I think it's been 2,000 people ever since. So it's crazy. You're correct, Stephen. It was not like heavily advertising. A lot of it is organic. So it's really you guys. It's really the community out there that's helping us so much grow our community and to help each other out.
Well, this all began in October 2016 with a conversation between Annie Mura, who will be with Lynda and I next week on the 5 Days Live event, who started Repurpose.io,
right,
which is the ability to take your video from Facebook, put it onto YouTube, SoundCloud, well, a whole range of places. But he had a conversation with Daniel, and Daniel said to him, I've got this piece of software, do you want to try it out? And Annie said, yeah, cool, I'll give it a go. And it was just one person, but you could actually see the comments on screen. And he went live and he told a group of people about it. Now, this group of people all used to use a program called Blab. And we were just so amazed by it, because to be able to go live on Facebook, see people's comments, feature them on the screen was magical.
Right.
And Rachel Moore was the first person to actually do it. And it's just spread like wildfire, word of mouth, people to people, because it is technically so good. And the thing that I love about it, and your thoughts as well, Lynda, is the stability of the platform. We know that we can turn up and just do a show.
Yeah, I agree with that, because there are very few times, intermittent times, that it doesn't work. And if you think about it, the testament to that is that there are, I don't know how many users are actually using it on a daily basis. Like, how many are streaming right now on BeLive at the same time as we are? And you think about the ability to be able to, at any time of the day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to be able to just like pop on and go live. I've done that. I'm like, oh, I want to interview you. Let's go live. And I hop on BeLive and I don't even schedule it, So it's really awesome to be able to just hop on, do what you want to do, impact the lives that you want to impact, and know that it really, like 99% of the time, is going to work. And sometimes when it doesn't work, it's my internet speed. It's not BeLive, it's me, so it's an amazing platform. And I'm so grateful. And I didn't know the story of how it started. So thanks for sharing that, Stephen. That's really exciting. So Hanny was the first one to push it out there. I love Hanny. He's absolutely amazing. And it's so cool that it started like that. And then he was like, this is so awesome. I have to share it with people. And then, of course, from there on out, it's just been, people sharing and sharing and sharing, which again, like, the BeLivers group is the same thing, right? It's growing like wildfire because people believe in it. And that's like just one thing that shares like how you can grow your own personal group is if you have something that people want and they are like, I got to share this with people. That's really when it's going to take off. And that's what happened with BeLivers. And who knows where it's going to be a year from now. I mean, it's just amazing now. Like, and what's it going to be in a year from now? We don't know. I don't know. You probably know because you're behind the scenes.
What I will say about the 99% versus 1% is the 1% there are bugs. We have an incredible support team. They have incredible response time. They're amazing, lovely people, and they're always willing to help. So if there are any bugs, I think I saw one comment out there about a bug. Who is that from? From John, I think. Yeah. Our support team is extremely responsive. And what's great is that, of course, our support team is responsive, but I always see people posting in the BeLivers group about some issues, and there are other BeLivers that are supporting them when it comes to small bugs. I know Steven does that a lot. I know all the admins do, and then moderators, and then just people who are supporting each other. So there's so many levels of the support, but of course, our support team, they're amazing.
I totally, 100% agree with that. I remember when I very, very first started BeLive and I had some questions and I reached out and somebody responded within less than an hour. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was so fast. Because I'm not used to that with so many software companies, and it was a real human being. So that was really cool. And then she actually got on the phone with me to walk me through it. So it is true. The support team is amazing. So if you have any issues with your BeLive at all, reach out. Don't be frustrated. Reach out and say, hey, what's going on with this? How can I fix this? Because either they've encountered it already, or if they haven't, then they want to look into it and make it right and fix it. So, because it's for everybody. It's not just for, the one person. So if you're having any issues or anything, reach out because they have an amazing support team. I think, bar none, amazing.
Yep. No, I absolutely agree. Thank you for saying that. They really work hard and they truly are amazing people.
Yeah.
Totally. And just to sort of broaden what's being said about how Mickey can help you using the resources of BeLive.tv, Lynda and I are, sorry for this advert, Mickey, but, Lynda and I are on a series of 5 shows next week, Monday through Friday, all on BeLive.tv, all at 10 a.m. Eastern. And myself, Brigetti, Animura, we've spoken about, Erin's in the comments here, Lynda's next to us. David Burrows has got a show on now, which is okay, it's fine, we can understand that. Cheryl has also commented now, and we know that RJ is here. Now, the whole point of bringing this up is not just to promote next week and promote the fact that we're being helped tremendously by BeLive.tv. It's to show that you can, using BeLive.tv, build your own community. Now, with 7,200 members in the BeLivers group, if you're looking for somebody to co-host with, somebody to interview, somebody to work with, then all you need to do is to go into the BeLivers group and just hit the members list. Yeah. And you go down the list, and when you find somebody who sort of resonates with you, approach them. Because you don't get eaten for asking the question, do you, Lynda? Oh, I've lost Lynda's sound.
No, my dogs are barking intermittently, so I'm muting myself in between. The beauty of being able to do this from home, right? Like I didn't have to drive downtown. I live an hour and a half from the nearest big town. So for me to, be inconvenienced and have to go into the studio, I actually just, went into another room in the house instead. So I do have dogs, and periodically they bark. But that's a great point, Stephen, because our show is called Just Do It. So here's the point, like what Stephen was making there, is that if you go through the list and you find someone you're like, oh, they probably wouldn't be able to be on my show, or they might not be interested in being on my show because they're too big, they got a lot of stuff going on, reach out to them anyway, because there's a saying that the most successful people are the most available people. The reason the most successful people are the most available people is because people are scared to reach out to them because they think, oh, they're successful, they won't want to talk to me. But I will tell you that 9 times out of 10, They are successful because they took time to help others. They're helping lift others up instead of pushing them down. So because of that, I've interviewed some really amazing people on my show, and it's because I wasn't scared to ask them. Now, a lot of times there is someone will say no, but you know what? I push back and I'll ask again in a different way, making sure that the words that I use are words that are going to provide them value at the same time. So just be very clear on what you want, who you want on your show, why you want them on your show, what value are they going to receive, what value is your audience going to receive, and let them know that, and just reach out to them. You'll be amazed at who will say yes. And so just keep going. Go for the no's, go for 100 no's so you get, 10 yeses.
Totally wise words. And it works, because if you do reach out, the worst you're going to get is a no. But if you're in a BeLivers group where everybody supports everybody else, then that's basically the best place to actually get to know people, isn't it, Mickey?
Yeah, no, I would 100% agree. I mean, just today, not knowing, I just made a small post because I was curious about webcams. I immediately got 5 or 6 comments. I mean, with reaching out to people, I mean, the likelihood of getting a response is going to be way higher. And there are so many prominent figures in live streaming who you could reach out to through the group, and just people in general who you might have not known, who have a lot of expertise, who are looking to grow, who are looking to expand their community. And that's really what I would say is it's like the essence of BeLive. We want to help people expand their community and share their knowledge with the world.
And what sets BeLive, the BeLivers group, apart from other types of groups is, if you think about it, there might be like a meditation group, right, where everybody in there is wanting to do meditation. So that's one specific thing. Well, BeLivers is everybody who's doing live streaming. That means all of these people in there are doing live streaming. Maybe they're beginning, maybe they're, they've been doing it for a long time, but that's not the point. The point is that they're varied range of different types of companies out there who are doing live streaming. So if you have your own show, or you're like, you know what, I want to start my own show, and I want my show to be, I'll just use the meditation. Like, I don't do meditation very much, so I don't know why I selected that. But, like, let's say you're a person who does meditation, and you wanted to have people see you as an authority in the meditation space. Well, it's a great idea to interview other people in the meditation space also, because you're introducing them to your audience, which you could see as competition, or you can see that as collaboration and cooperation. And when you do that, then you're saying, you know what, I'm here to share all these other people with the world. And 9 times out of 10, those people are going to want to be on your show, especially when you're in a group like BeLive, BeLive TV, because we all are live streaming. So of course, I want to be a guest on your show. So, if you're doing a show that's related to fear, I want to be on your show. Steven wants to be on your show.
I want to be on our show. And Erin's.
Exactly.
We did, just to bring up for a moment for the live video hub, which we mentioned earlier. Yep. When RJ and I did an analysis of the shows that are on there, we came up with 63 different topics.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And that's diverse topics. They're not interrelated. It's just amazing the breadth of shows that are actually being done on BeLive.tv. Now, I'm going to try and sneak a question in here. And this is cheeky of me. You don't need to answer it, Mickey.
Okay, I won't.
No, it's okay. Are there updates upcoming on BeLive which will benefit us all, Mickey?
What I can say is that we have an incredible relationship with Facebook. So I think we informed the BeLivers group actually about the new integration with groups. So this is a really good thing going forward. That means that they're going to allow us to continue going to groups, and hopefully, as there was a post functionality, we'll come back for other things with the comments and everything like that. When it comes to the future, what I will say is good things are coming. Good things are coming.
We're not going to push. We know good things are coming, and from past experience, they are good things, and they're tried and tested before we even see them. So we look forward to good things coming throughout the rest of this year. I wouldn't push. That would be unfair. We do have a wish list. We won't mention it. Will be good. Erin is saying that she is. Erin mentioned J&M Powers, who would be a good person to actually get in contact with Mickey. And RJ is actually going to go to a conference in Phoenix, because she not only does the video side, she actually does the conference thing.
Incredible.
Now, talking of which, this is not part of the chat, Mickey, but I was most interested, Lynda, to see you at Cal State.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I had an opportunity to speak to students about fear, which is one of my favorite topics. I know when Stephen interviewed me a few weeks ago, the topic there was fear, because I did a year of fears in 2015. I faced a fear every single day. And so I love speaking to people about it because what it did for me. But I spoke at Cal State Los Angeles, and I'll be speaking at Cal State, I forgot the other one, Northridge, in the fall. And I'm excited to be reaching into schools. This is my first time speaking at a school. So it was amazing. I had a blast, and the students really enjoyed it.
Right. And you said earlier that your confidence came from doing the live videos. Has that played into actually being physically there in front of a live audience?
Definitely. Yes. I've done almost 4,000 videos in the last few years. And, it started from a story of a young man asking me to do a video for him one day. And then the next day he was like, can you do one for me every day? And so I said, yes. And so when live video came out, like the day I saw it on my phone, I was like, I'm going live. I had no qualms about it, because by then I had already done like 1,300 videos, but I was tired of downloading and uploading, and just a waste of time. And so I started the live video, and I actually had a lot of confidence doing that live video because I was solving a problem I had, and that was the time that I was wasting downloading and uploading videos. So I went on my first video confidently, which was really cool. But part of that was during that year of fears that I faced. And I'll say that what BeLive has really done for me is have the confidence to interview other people. Because at first I was scared, like, what if I ask them dumb questions? What if I don't know where to go with the conversation? What if I had all these what ifs? And so when I did my first interview on BeLive, it was cool because people came on and I was able to put their stuff on the screen. They asked questions, which helped me along with my question asking. And so it was really cool way to see that, I can actually interview people, which led to me, Stephen, being on the red carpet interviewing stars at the Academy Awards after party because of BeLive, and giving me that opportunity to interview people, gain the confidence of interviewing people, led to me actually being live interviewing stars on the red carpet. I mean, it really was just this chain of events that I would never have thought of, but it happened that way. And I'm so fortunate to have put myself in this path, to do this.
That's incredible. Wow.
So thank you. Thank you.
Totally. I mean, that's why it's a joy for Lynda and I to work together, because we combine together. We never compete, and we can help and promote each other. But that's talking about going out of your comfort zone, and that's a prime example of it, because you overcame your fears, as you've documented in the book, and you've now gone on to the situation where you sit in front of a live audience at Cal State, and that is totally awesome. Now, a couple of comments from Erin. Mickey, are you instrumental in these relationships developing?
I'd say since the start of my position, like, there is no end to the relationships that I personally want to develop. So I'll go to conferences and I'll meet with these people and try to develop relationships with them, or I'll go internally online. There's no bounds when it comes to it. So when it comes to people reaching out to me, I would say there's no filter. Like, I won't send someone to a different person in the team or anything like that. I'll always be willing to collaborate and work. So I'm willing to create the relationships not even depending, just in general. That's basically my goal, to contact and be in touch with the community as much as possible and provide assistance and help it grow.
All right. And a follow-up question from Erin. Mickey, are there specific areas that you'll be focusing on for BeLive?
So as I just said, there are a lot of general areas, of course, But specifically, one of the things that we're looking into, and I really think this could be a benefit, is education. I really think that there's a great potential for BeLive to help schools, summer schools, tutorials, different kinds of courses, and get everywhere in at one time. And the ability to have one host who's a teacher, and then students be able to ask or join a class or things like that. That's one of the specific areas that I think that we can really be instrumental for, and create and add on to the community in that way. And yeah, we're always, when it comes to content creation or anything like that, or anything instructive, those are some specific areas that we like to focus on. And of course, conferences and live video conferences, or charities as they may. So there are a few specific touch points that are more honed in on, I would say, but in general, I mean, the sky's the limit. I think this platform just provides so much to so many different areas. But yeah.
Totally agree. Now, when we first talked about doing this together, Mickey, I did say that it would be 20 or 30 minutes. That's not happened. We've been here for nearly 50. I just want to say thank you for joining us. Are there any points that you'd like to make before we start to wrap up the show?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, kind of reiterate and honed in on it, but whoever's watching, and of course for you guys as well, please feel free to reach out. I'm always willing to talk to someone, collaborate. I mean, that's one of the most exciting things about this platform for me, and why I was so excited to join full time with this community and everything that, I mean, there's so much that can happen. There's no strict guidelines. It's all about the community, and there are a lot of different things that could be done. So like you guys were talking about earlier, like, please don't feel fear to approach me or anything. I'm more than happy to talk, and I welcome it. I really would love to talk to anyone out there who wants to. So I'd say that's the biggest message I would say out there. I put out there.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
Well, I'll be reaching out to interview you on my show for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. More than welcome to be on.
And Andre has a question, Mickey. And you've been talking about going to other people's conferences. Is BeLive ever going to have a conference?
Oh, wow.
Great question.
Great question. I mean, I'm sure that's the dream. That's not something I'm aware of. We're still focusing on our community and growing and things like that. But I mean, ideas are always floating when it comes to maybe a live conference or something like that. But I mean, those are all great ideas. And I mean, eventually, that's the dream, to have a conference. I mean, that's the ultimate community driver right there, having everyone in one place. So yeah, that's definitely a really cool idea. But I don't know if that's on the radar right now.
The wonderful thing is that we generally get 2 or 3 cool ideas for every show that we do, and that's wonderful, because people sort of play off what we're actually saying when we're live.
I love that.
Mickey,
I love that.
Thank you very much for joining us. And I've got a question for you. Yeah. Would you, because this is an ongoing situation, this business development is ongoing, would you come back towards the end of September and update us on what's happening?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, and in the meantime, Lynda's got first pick on you going on her show, so absolutely brilliant. And I wish you every success in the position, and look forward to developments in the coming months and years, which are all for the good, because BeLive, as Lynda said earlier, is a fantastic platform, and everybody who's watching the show today agrees, and everybody who watches the replay agrees as well. And it's been fantastic to actually talk to you live on BeLive.tv. Lynda, do you have any closing words as we wrap up?
You know, just to basically reiterate what I said earlier, is that I just want to thank BeLive for giving, a person like me who, it doesn't have millions of followers, giving us this opportunity to be able to get out there and put ourselves out there to be seen and be heard is an amazing platform. Now, we can use Facebook, we can use different platforms as well, but BeLive is simple. It's so simple. And I love that, anybody can just get on there and do it. So I want to thank you guys so much for giving us this opportunity to grow our audience by using your platform. So thank you so much for that.
Absolutely. I mean, I personally always thank the community, because the community is just so great and has been so welcoming to me as someone who's joining as full-time pretty recently. I was an intern last summer, but I only joined full-time, and it's been rapidly progressing, largely because of the community and the BeLivers that have been so receptive and so willing to help. And our hosts, of course, have always been willing to help. So yeah, no, I thank everyone out there for being so welcoming to me.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to having you on my show.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it also.
Totally amazing. To everybody who's watched us today and joined in and commented, thank you very much. Mickey will be on Lynda's show when that's arranged and back with us in September. Just want to say thank you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week on the 5 Days Live. I'll just bring the advert back up again.
Yes.
On 5 Days Live, featuring Lynda and myself, and Rigetti, Annie Mora, Erin Strayer, David Burrows, Cheryl Piper, and of course the ever wonderful RJ Redden. So from Wiltshire in England, from New York, and from California, it's goodbye for now. We'll see you all again soon. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And